Hi, my name's Juliet and today I'm talking about snapshots in Scrivener 3 for Windows. Snapshots can be found under the Documents menu or the camera icon in the inspector, and I think the latter is the best place to see this because using the menu or the key command to take a snapshot doesn't open the inspector. Snapshots is a feature whereby you can make a copy of an individual document in your manuscript and keep it, in case you want to go back to a previous version for any reason. To take the snapshot, just use the plus button, and to delete one, the minus. If no snapshot appears, your cursor is probably not in the text. You'll notice if you have the sound on your computer that a camera sound accompanies the snapshot. As you can see, there are two columns in the snapshots list. To change the column width, make sure your cursor is on the title line. The first column is the exact date and time the snapshot was taken. The second is where you can name the snapshot if you wish. This function is not intended for you to take a snapshot of your whole manuscript at once. However, if you want, you can take a snapshot of a full chapter by clicking on it and selecting Edit, Select with Subdocuments. This creates an individual snapshot in each selected document. If I change something in my text, I can compare a snapshot with the current version. Under the three dots, you'll see that you can change the granularity of the Compare option. First, click onto the snapshot, then click on Compare, and the changes are highlighted in the box below. You can also use the left and right arrows to go to the next change, or simply scroll up and down the snapshot. There is the option to roll back to a previous version, which gets you into a kind of timey-wimey loop, because that will obliterate what you had, so you should probably take a snapshot of it first. If you do want to see all your snapshots at once, there is something called the Snapshot Manager, which is in the Documents menu. Click on one of the snapshots in the list and the text appears on the right, and you get the same compare and rollback tools here. You can also export your snapshots to another file. Just select the snapshot or snapshots, click on the three dots, export, choose a folder, and then a file type. Be warned though, this creates a separate file for each snapshot and takes a while. So, what can we change in the defaults? In Behaviours, you have the option to stop the camera click sound and to show notifications instead. Under Appearance, you can change various colours. Also, under General and Saving, there is the option to take an automatic snapshot of changed text every time you manually save whilst working in your document. If you press Save a lot, this might end up being a little over the top, especially as you don't really need to do this as Scrivener saves in the background for you anyway. I'll be tackling backups in the next video. Thanks for watching, and if you've subscribed, I'll see you again next time.